Welcome to Monday's Targets in Focus. I'm Elaine Stenson. The biggest forex surprise has been the recovery of the sterling, which continued to gain 30 points this morning. The pound has been rallying ever since data over the past month has shown that austerity has paid off. I'm joined on the line now by Naeem Aslam from Ava Trade in Dublin. Naeem, with the US government shutdown looming if Democrats and Republicans cannot agree on terms for a new budget, the dollar fell in the longest stretch since June as traders weighed whether the economy is strong enough to warrant a reduction in monetary stimulus. What are your forecasts for the dollar-pound pair?
Thanks very much, Elaine, for having us again. Our forecast for 1 month is 163, for 3 months 167, and followed by for 12 months is 157. Now, as you've suggested, a government shutdown, it is an absolutely a massive deal for a greenback at the moment, with both Democrats and Republicans are being extremely stubborn, and the thorns of this political turmoil would continue till mid of October, which will keep the pressure on the dollar. Elaine, if we do have a government shutdown, remember we have a non-farm payroll on Friday. That will possibly be not out if the government shutdown does take place, and that's what the official website is saying. Now, given we are depending on the FOMC to decide on this report, so we have an extremely disastrous situation heading towards us. After that, the old tapering saga once again is going to come back to the market, and that would again hit the dollar once again, and we will see if the biggest steroid for the market, which is the quantitative easing the Fed has been pumping so far, how that would impact the market. And if they do taper, it would certainly push the dollar higher. Then we have a new chairperson coming up towards the end of this year, and apparently this could be she, and she is a very dovish person when it comes to tapering.
Last week, comments from Mario Draghi helped push the euro to trade at 132. The euro is easing this morning to exchange at 135 as the month draws to a close. The euro pound is trading at 0.8350, down by 28 points. Naeem, with this in mind, what are your forecasts for this pair?
We are forecasting for 1 month is 0.82. For 3 months, we're forecasting 0.84, and followed by that for 12 months, 0.83. Now, we know that the hedge funds were the biggest buyers after the FOMC meeting, Elaine, and which we predicted correctly in September that there will be no tapering coming up. However, the challenges are stronger for the 17-nation currency because the Italian political turmoil is one of the biggest challenges for the currency at the moment, and a re-election, if the government dissolves, would certainly topple the euro. As you suggesting about Draghi, he has confirmed in the previous speech that they are actually not doing any kind of a quantitative easing at the moment, and the euro is obviously rallying on the back of that thing. But given the fragile recovery of the eurozone, if they do start OMT program or if they do some sort of a stimulus, that could certainly result in a bad situation for the currency. And let's not forget our old friend Greece, which is denying that they may not need any further payment. And German waters, they have been clearly chanting this thing to Angela Merkel that they do not want any further taxpayer money to kind of bail out any peripheral countries such as Greece. This would further bring more challenging and volatile situation for the euro.
And finally, what are your 1, 3 and 12-month forecasts for the pound-Japanese pair?
1 month is 1.58, 3 months is 160, and for 12 months is 167. The main concern for the central bank in Japan is the inflation, monetary policies, and tax would remain basically more in the headlines in the coming days. Most recently, we have seen that Japan's inflation data is showing wrong kind of inflation. The core inflation measures slightly negative reading, so that is definitely a concern. Having said that, all the core inflation has ticked higher to minus 0.1% over the last couple of months. as compared to its average of around minus 0.5%. So there has been an improvement, but still it is more of a core inflation, which is more of a concern for the currency. And then Mr. Shinzo Abe, he's going to deliver his speech tomorrow, and we are expecting him to give more clarity on corporate income tax, sales tax, and a possible stimulus, and I see where we go from there.
Liam, thanks for that as always, and that's all from Targets in Focus for today, but we will be back with more targets on Wednesday. Bye for now.